Perry from Crypto Attacks. And joined today, we have panel of guests from Academic Labs. Firstly, we have Mr. Terry Tan. He is the CEO of Academic Labs. Hi Terry, how are you
Hi,
doing today?
hi. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for the quick introduction. Yeah.
Then we have Mr. Kenny Cake. He is the Director of Partnership at Academic Labs. Hi
Hi
Kenny.
everyone. Hi Barry, and hi everyone.
Then we have Mr. Rian Shi, Head of Marketing and Listing at Academic Labs. Hi Rian.
Nice. Thank you for introducing.
And we are also joined by Mr. Ken Nizam. Hi Ken.
Hey, hi everyone. Nice to be here.
And lastly, we have Mr. Jeffet Lim, co-founder and chief executive officer of Prac, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yep, you're right. Hi, Ran.
Hi. Yes, so basically we are doing this AMA to let everyone know everything related to Academic Labs. So let's just get into this AMA properly, shall we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so just give me one quick minute. So basically, we have divided this AMA into three sections. The first one will be the introduction part, followed by we have selected 5 questions from the Twitter comment section, which I'll be asking one by one, and any of you can answer. The third round will give an option to the live chat who are watching us live right now at Binance Live to ask any questions if they have related to Binance Labs. Yes, so let's just start with the introductory part. My first question would be about, I'll ask Terry if he
Yes.
can tell us something about himself and a short intro from Academic Labs.
Sure. Thank you everyone for hosting this. So maybe a quick introduction about myself and Academic Labs. So I'm actually trained as an engineer, and previously I worked in investment banking. So after my career in banking, I actually became a serial entrepreneur. So for the last 7 years, I'm actually in the education business. So starting off with one education center and growing it to a maximum number of like 12 centers in Singapore. So like I said, we are very experienced and familiar with in the education space, especially running education business, right? So we see a big, massive demand for online education, especially post and during COVID-19, right? And with the boom of blockchain, crypto, and AI over the last 2-3 years, we actually launched Academic Labs to basically disrupt the education marketplace globally, right? So that's a quick introduction to of myself and Academic Labs. So yeah, if there's any further questions, please feel free to.
Thank you for that, Terry. This will definitely help us take this AMA forward. My next question would be about the experience you all are bringing to this project and how are you guys building the world within Academic Labs? Yes, Kenny, you can start.
Okay, Kenny. All right.
That was me.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so yeah, myself, actually, hi everyone. I'm actually part of the management team of Academic Labs. So what I do is I'm basically in charge of the partnerships as well as overseeing certain operational aspects of the project. In terms of experience, I was a banker and a corporate relationship manager for more than 10 years. And I also served as a general manager in a local education company for a couple of years. So prior to obviously joining Academic Labs and riding on this journey. So right now, in terms of what I'm focusing on is to bring in strategic partners as much as possible to better enhance our project and also to continue to build this community. And such strategic partners can include tech partners and content partners that will be used to enhance the platform. In terms of the tech partners, they will bring valuable insights and know-how to the platform. And I think for one of the tech partner right now that we work with is obviously Frac. And I think Jeffrey can share a bit more, but they very much are into the fractionalization space of NFTs. And I think they're pretty much at the forefront of it. We're also working with partners that are, well versed in blockchain security. So we want the users to be sure that what they come onto our platform, things are verified. The security is tight. There's also control measures in place as well. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Yannick. And yes, I can see you all have experience of different fields and you all are coming together and building academic labs. So now let's just talk about the goals and objective and ultimate vision. What is the goal of your project? What is the ultimate vision your project is trying to achieve in the competitive market? Explain to us about. I would also appreciate that if you could share us any upcoming updates with us.
All right. So our mission is actually very simple. There are a few. I think the major ones to actually fill this really big gap in the current Web3 education market. In the past several years, we see a lot of Web3 projects emerging about education, AI, and so on. But let's focus on this big gap. There's no Web3 projects that actually focus on first practical education, second personalized education, and these gaps need to be filled in. So that's our whole purpose of entering this market, for us to fill in this gap in both the technology aspect and the education aspect. And there are several problems that we are aiming to solve, including first, the lack of incentives to students, second, the lack of incentives to teachers, third, the lack of efficiency in study, and a lot about the rights of education and so on. For example, the from education background. So yeah, these are mainly our vision, and we hope to use the Web3 technology to truly become the next generation educational platform. And in terms of what we're doing right now, we are actually quite happy to tell that we are almost finishing the first prototype, the first MVP of our NFT marketplace, so that the users can start to use our project, I would say, very soon. If I'm not wrong, should be the start of next year. And is there anything you guys want to put up?
Yeah, I think to add on to what Ryan has mentioned, we also know that almost like 97, 98% of the population don't understand basic crypto concepts. So our mission actually is to actually educate the 98% more on basic crypto concepts, and by actually using short videos, gamified content, right? And of course, like X, just to bring these Web2 users over to Web3. Yeah.
And any upcoming updates?
I think all I can say is just to stay tuned. I think we will be very soon. We'll be launching our first campaign for our users to kind of give back to the community. So I can pretty much just share that. Just continue to stay tuned and follow us, and I think we will share that rather soon.
Great. Yes, gentlemen, this ends our first round of discussion. Now we'll just quickly move on to our second round, that is the Twitter round. So yeah, we have already selected 5 questions from the Twitter comment section. There were many questions, so yes, we cannot answer all the questions. So we have basically selected 5 random questions. So the first question the person asked is that what is your top priorities in the end of 2023 and coming 2024? So could you share some plans for the upcoming year? Which part of the project are you most focused on right now?
Yeah, so maybe I'll just take it and the rest can add on. So I think for the rest of the year, like what Ryan mentioned, we are very focused to roll out the MVP, which will be coming close to end of this year, if not early next year. So that's 2023, and obviously we'll be starting the first campaign by the end of this year. And for early 2024, then again, we will be targeting our TG. So again, stay tuned for that. And I think Terry and the rest can elaborate a bit more.
Yeah, thanks, Kenneth. So also part of the plan is actually we want to list our token like first quarter 2024. So we have been talking to the top 10 exchanges. So MEXC, BitGet, WOPI, Bybit, and of course Gate as well. And probably we will be also listing on other bigger exchanges. So these are all in the pipeline at the moment for the company. And we are also trying to get one big strategic investor coming in before the ICO. Yeah, so these are the plans going forward. So currently we are being backed by prominent investors, right? Including UOB Blockchain Fund. Our co-founder is actually Kingston Quack, who is linked to City Developments, which is one of the largest property development group. So our aim is actually to build up the company to be the top AI Web3 education company globally, and looking at building it up to probably about $1 billion valuation. So that's the plans going forward. And in the short-term goals will be getting our platform developed, and also getting our native token ACAD to be listed on at least five exchanges. Yeah. Ryan, got anything to add for the near-term goals?
Of course. I think most important thing is that we are also going to focus on improving our adaptive AI system, which is also the key driving force of our whole platform, as we focus on being the very first platform that applies gamification plus AI in the adult education. I think it's very important for us to emphasize this part too, to make sure we have a sufficiently competitive technology that can serve and make adults quickly adapt those new skills that are supposed to learn. They actually already have some content that are ready to get published. These including the entrepreneurship lessons, the blockchain technology lessons, I think it also includes the trading lessons, business English lessons, and so on. So you can pretty much start using our platform and learn something new skills very soon. And since we have this learning incentive, we're pretty sure it'll be satisfied both monetarily and in terms of learning new stuff. And also, since we have some partnerships too, I think there's some technology advancement that we can make. I think, do you have anything to add in terms of the fractionalization part?
Yeah, all right. So I think because for Frac, we focus a lot on fractionalization of real assets. And to us, education content and education opportunities is a very real asset, right? So that's why that was one of the impetus for the collaboration between academic labs and Frac. And it is my personal belief, I believe the team shares this as well, which is we believe that with fractionalization, combined with education content in the form of NFTs, it will bring fairer and more sort of equalized opportunities for different education content creators, right? And also on the other side, on the receiving side, it will also equalize opportunities for people who want to receive education content. To us, it's a good way to level the playing field. I'm sure you guys might agree with that, and I think that's one of the visions and goals of Academic Labs as well. So, yep, I think going forward, we are very excited to deploy the platform, very excited to be that technological infra, for this initiative under Academic Labs. We are looking forward to it.
Thank you for that, everyone. So you just mentioned about partnerships, and Terry in the beginning mentioned about listings. I also have one question for Ken. Hi, Ken, are you here?
Yep. What's up?
Yes. So my question is that
Okay.
why Asia Token Funds invest in Academic Labs?
I think the most important fundamentals that we look at in terms of the project is a few things. Like number one, the team background. Launching an AI platform based on academics. There are certain credentials and what we look for in the team background. Knowing Terry and the rest, they have built up a big chain of education schools in Singapore, and we are sure that they are kind of experts in this education field. So I think they are the right person to kind of spearhead this project. And secondly, I think in terms of if you look at the market size, especially being based here not only in Singapore but in Southeast Asia, where we call ourselves the emerging markets. If you look at countries like Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, the education system, if you compare to the rest of the developed markets, are far different, you see. So I think, getting these emerging markets to access the AI platform for education, such as Academic Labs, I think it's going to benefit greatly for all the aspiring students in these emerging markets. So you look at the number of users. In Indonesia itself, the population is 90 million population, and the whole Southeast Asia is a few hundred millions. So easily you can onboard millions of users within a short span of time. So definitely the scalability is there, the use case is there. So we are looking at it beyond the crypto element, beyond the trading, beyond the listing, but the real use cases and the real benefit it can give to the community as a whole, especially in the emerging markets. So that's why we are definitely on board with them and have 100% assurance that they're going to do well. Yeah.
Exactly. That is exactly where we believe in Academic Labs, and we are also proud of the partnership as well. Talking of communities, the second question is that the person says that he knows, that for the prosperity of a project, the community is the best and the strongest point. So he wants to know what are the plans of Academic Labs to develop well-working, strong, and best community.
I think I'll just quickly go and then the rest can add on again. So, like what I mentioned, I think the engagement is very key to build a strong community. And I think what we are going to do, as I previously shared, is to do the first campaign. And I'm sure our users and our followers will be quite satisfied with that. And I think from there, then we will do again a bit more sharing in terms of detail sharing, a bit more what we have in the pipeline, and also what we plan to do in the near future. So I think that community engagement part is critical to the success of any project as well. So.
And I think we definitely cannot ignore the decentralized part of Academic Labs as the education platform. If you think about what platforms are going to somehow give an allocation of educational resources, we think about likes on the platform, think about comments. But let's ask a true question. Are those the most scientific ways for us to allocate the educational resources, for us to recommend educational resources, for us to produce educational resources? It's actually not. So actually this social studies when I was back in universities where my economic teacher teach me a really good lesson that the only best way to somehow allocate resources is through the use of actually monetary rewards. In this case, perhaps it's our NFTs, it's our ACAD tokens. So these will be an actual feasible impact for us to allocate to determine what the graduate resources purely for the demand and the supply for the students. So in that particular case, we use this as a centralized Web3 manner to manage the platform, allows good educational contents to be produced, at the same time allowing good educators to get more promoted and invested by the users. So yeah, that will be the key in terms of managing this whole organizations. That's essentially creating this win-win situation between students and teachers that's never seen before in any Web2 platforms.
Yeah, maybe I just add on the last quick one is to, in order to build a strong and loyal community, right? I think academic labs not only function online, but we are also going to create and conduct more offline events to share about the company's vision and products and services. So we'll be hosting more offline events, maybe like just an impromptu event where people can come. We can talk to people over networking sessions to explain a bit more about our products and services and how they can benefit themselves from using our platform as well. So in this way, doing offline events, we are more well connected to the community as well. Yeah.
Yes, indeed, community is necessary to survive in life. And as we have mentioned about strong community and loyal members to the community, this third question is related to that only. The person says that why do we need to have ACAD token? How does it benefit users? To ensure your strong growth, do you have a plan to build a strong community with many members who understand the function? Who would like to start?
Maybe I can just add something to this question. I think that, rewards, there's a lot of ways, but I still believe in the Web3 ways, especially where content creators and educators who upload contents or users who came in to learn, they can benefit from these ACAD tokens, just to encourage. And especially if you look at countries like, for example, like the Philippines and Vietnam, we know that tokenization is huge. People play games to get tokens, or that's their daily life. So we still feel that this way it's easier to get the communities, especially those that can benefit greatly from academic, not just for education, not just in terms of games. So that's why tokenization is important. In terms of community-wise, we are looking at it at a long run project, not just a hit and run based on the market situation. In terms of the quality of the education, the quality of the learning materials will increase over time as more users come on board and join. So we don't look at it as a short-term crypto plays. It's more of a real world assets in terms of real world educations and all the materials we consider as assets. So that's where the tokenization comes to part. So it's a long-term game, and I'm sure the entire team is going to build this into a unicorn status, within in a very, very short period of time. So I think the Web3 element will complement whatever they are doing in the Web2 side, especially the AI side, the education side, the tech side of it. So yeah.
I think maybe I can comment a bit from a fractionalization perspective as well. I think the nature of fractionalization, it does facilitate a reward system for the community as well, right? When different people come into the fray and there's an besides the token, different education content and those being tokenized, that can also act as an incentive for different community leaders to join and perhaps promote a certain set of materials that is friendly towards their community or uplifts their value systems and principles. So fractionalization that as well. In my personal opinion, of course, we need to leave it to the leaders of academic lab to see how to take this forward.
Yes. Thank you for that. And just to add up, as I previously mentioned for a while, it's very important to know the community factor in academic labs, which is essential to build that connection between learners and the educators, right? And this whole media of communication is built based on the idea of NFTs. If they like educators, they buy the NFT. If the quality is not that good, they will sell the NFT. And in this particular case, ACAD actually acts as a really important way as it implements the price mechanism into the ACAD platform where the educational content is being traded. So therefore, we cannot ignore this function of acting as the governance token in our platform that helps make sure that we always produce high quality educational contents. Which also will be focusing on how this ACAD token will be native tokens to access the key functionalities that we will implement later on, such as AI and so on. So these will be the key utility I will talk about. I'll pass on to Terry.
Yeah, I think if we look into the future of education, Web3 AI are key components. So ACAD itself will be a form of payment to subscribe to